guess what time it is? You got it. Wine and dine. Time for me to get drunk and cook for you. Today we're making one of the best things that goes with wine, pasta. You're gonna need Italian seasoning, a little bit of chicken broth, some noodles. I chose linguine for this, but any kind of noodle really is gonna be fine. Cream cheese, heavy cream, Parmesan cheese or mozzarella cheese that's shredded, whatever is your preference also. Tomato, garlic, and pork. What the fuck are they called? Italian sausages. I choose ones in the casing, but I know they sell them in bulk also. You're gonna want to start the water for your noodles. Crank that up. And you're gonna want to put some salt in there. Always salt water for your noodles when you're cooking pasta. It adds so much flavor at the end, I can't even explain. Next up, we are going to dice our tomato and our garlic. This is the best and probably the only good part about chopping up garlic. Boom. Took all that anger out. Okay, now we're going to take our sausages and we are going to take the meat out of the casing. So just make a little slit down here and we're just going to open it up. And now we're just going to pinch off enough to make a little tiny meatball. Over and over and over again. Ew. Alright, back over here. Still waiting on my water to boil because it's slow as pond water. I got my pan. This is my favorite pan of all time. It's like a regular skillet, but it's deep and it's so nice because I'm sloppy and messy and this helps me not be so bad. So I'm going to crank this bad boy all the way up and I'm going to let it get a little warm and then I'm going to throw in my little sausage balls and we're going to brown them up. Okay. My pan's getting a little toasty. We're going to drop these bad boys in. Yeah, hear that? That's what you want. Okay. We're going to let these brown on one side. But my pasta water is finally starting to boil. In go the noodles. I don't like to break my noodles in half because I love like the twisty long noodles, but you might, and that's totally great. If that's your thing, snap them, throw them in. I don't give a shit. I'm not eating it. I'm going to flip over my pork balls. Oh, gorgeous. They got a little bit of color on that one side. That's exactly what you want. Okay, now that they're flipped over, I'm going to turn this down. And I'm going to cover it. Alright, there are these bad boys. And now, whoops, we're going to shake these and we're going to add our tomatoes and garlic. Okay, now that I've turned it down and I got my tomatoes in here, we're actually going to take the lid off and we're going to leave it off for the rest of the time. This is the easy part. You know, whoever invented box wine is a freaking genius. Because I can't, measure how much I drink. Did you drink a whole bottle? I don't know. It's in a box. There is no bottle. I guess as long as I don't drink a box, I'm doing pretty good, right? It's 34 glasses. So we're good. Okay, now we're going to add some Italian seasoning. Make it real authentic. And you're gonna add your little bit of chicken broth in here, and cream cheese, and heavy cream. We're gonna give this a nice good stir until our cream cheese is melted. This is another easy part. Okay, so I think my noodles are pretty much done. And I want to share with you a trick that I just think is so fun. If you want to know, if you have long noodles like this, and you want to know if they're finished, and you're like, oh, I could eat them, whatever, the more with the sauce, the better, okay? So what you should do instead is get one out of the pot, cool it off, make sure it's not all super wet, and throw it at the wall. And it didn't stick, so they're not done. So this is my sauce right now with all my cream cheese melted and everything. Doesn't it look so delicious? Oh, makes me hungry. All right, let's check them now. Ah, they're done! I shut my noodles off, now I'm gonna drain them, and once they're drained, I'm going to throw them into my pot with the sausage balls and cream cheese sauce stuff. Alright, now we're just gonna mix this all together, and then we will be ready to eat! I should probably eat, that's actually a really good thing. Delicious. Remember that cheese that I told you about at the beginning? Now is when you need it. Sprinkle that all over on top. Oh my God, it's like Olive Garden. So good. Look at that, it's so beautiful. And you did that. You, on your own, with me and wine. It always makes everything a little better. I think we could do this. Nope. Well, everybody, that concludes our evening. Now it's time for dinner. Thank you so much for tuning in to Wine and Dine. Thank you for tuning in to Wine and Dine. Because now I don't feel like I'm getting drunk by myself, but I'm getting drunk with you. In a virtual way. That's wonderful. Thank you for tuning in to Wine and Dine. And always remember, if I can do it this fucked up, so can you. Have a good night. I could only fill it up to hair up, you see, because my bra isn't off, but my sweats are on, my hair's up, and then when it gets down here, the wine will be gone. Okay, y'all, I've never done this, but now we have a bonus video. Bonus. So on top of our delicious pasta that you did so good at making, because you are the best, I'm also going to show you a quick way to make garlic bread. And it's either going to work or it's not, because I've had a little to drink, and sometimes I'm not really good at making what's called a cheese skirt when I'm drunk. So bear with me. But I have this one lonesome ciabatta bun that I'm going to make into hopefully some delicious fucking garlic bread. Okay. I'm going to cut my ciabatta bun in half this way. Like so. I'll do it on here. It'll be easier to clean. Boom. Okay, regular non-stick pan over here. We're gonna crank that up as high as it can go. You want that to be super, super warm, just like whenever we did the meatballs earlier. Okay, super hot. While we're waiting. All right, My pan's getting hot, ready to roll. So we got my ciabatta bun. I am using some delicious olive oil. It is gremulata flavored, which is, sorry. It is like cheese and lemon and herb-ish. I don't know how to explain it. It's gremulata. If you know how to cook, you know what it is, and that's awesome. You can use regular olive oil. You can use any kind of flavored olive oil. It'll work super, super awesome. So I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to pour it on my ciabatta ever so slightly. Nothing crazy. Beautiful. Next one. Okay. And then just a little bit, maybe a tablespoon at the most in the pan. Italian seasoning on my bread. And then cover it with that leftover cheese, because who can't get enough cheese, right? I'm going to attempt to put cheese side down in the pan. Here we go. First. And 2. Oh yeah, my cheese is browning. We're smoking. We are good. Oh, it looks delicious. I'm gonna try and flip one. Maybe. Oh, I'm doing both. Nope. Ah! Okay, so it's smoky, and I know that looks bad, but that brown, delicious burnt cheese is what's called a cheese skirt. And I promise you it's gonna be so good. So I'm gonna shut this off, and I'm gonna remove it. We're gonna put it over here. Let it cool. Don't burn yourself. Please, God, don't burn yourself. This right here is the sound test to if you have good, crunchy garlic bread. Maybe listen for it. Oh, yes. Okay, I cook like this all the time. I don't understand. I hope if my meal tastes as good as it does drunk, that yours tastes even better sober. That's the goal. Or just don't eat it sober, and then it'll be fucking delicious because it'll be hammered and it won't even matter.